What is freaking good? This is kind of unusual, but I knew that I wouldn't be able to film my meditation post-workout, so here we are. Pretty much all we've done today is gotten up, flossed, brushed my teeth. Yes, I floss in the morning. And then I just uploaded a video. So, haven't done too much, only been up for like 15 minutes, but let's freaking get to it. And we got shoulders today, so that's going to be a lot of fun. But first things first, if y'all want to meditate with me, check the description below and feel free. And if not, enjoy the vibes. Alright, and 3, 2, 20 minutes, let's go. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and my cats are wanting to hunt the birds, that is. Yeah, we usually don't let them out because a few different reasons, but mainly safety reasons. Like, we live in kind of like a downtown-ish area, so there isn't a lot of, I guess, like countryside land, like rural area to kind of play with. Like, if we let them out, then, I mean, it would not take them very long to get to a very busy street. I'll just say that much. But yeah, there are a few other stories. Like, the most notable one is our older cat. He, we let him out one night, and then like a couple hours passed, and we're like, all right, we're going to bed. We need to bring him back inside. But we couldn't find him. And so we go to bed, and we're literally in bed about to go to sleep, and then we hear a knock at the door, and it's our neighbors. And they come to the door and they're like, hey, I think your cat is in our chimney. Super random thing to say, but we were like, all right, oh, dang, all right. So we come over, and we hear him, like he's meowing. And so it turns out that their back screen door is broken. And so, you know, like our cat just kind of like goes on the fences, he goes in and out of yards. And so he actually went into their house, or into their apartment, and he saw one of them, and he got super scared. So he bolted into the chimney and went into that little, like, it's like a metal plate, but basically you can rotate it from the bottom and it'll let the smoke out. So he went into that plate, or like on top of the plate, and that's where he was meowing from. But yeah, we got him out, but we didn't even recognize him because he was just covered in ash. But yeah, that was the last time that we actually just let him out and let him stay out for a little bit. Like, now we let him out, but it's highly supervised, and it's only for like minutes at a time, just because we still want him to have the outside time, but you know, we don't want a roast cat on our hand from being in a freaking fireplace. I mean, that is a scary thought. So yeah, we're just laying low with that. But yeah, our other cat, our younger cat, she just kind of follows his lead. I mean, she's only like 4 months old, so she hasn't had much experience yet. He's about 1.5 years, so he's had quite a bit under his belt. But yeah, so I don't know. They're just kind of doing their thing. But anyways, for the lift today, we're going to be getting into good old-fashioned shoulder destruction workout, and pretty freaking excited for it. As always, don't really know what's on the program, but if I had to guess, we're going to be starting off with some sort of rear delt work, and that's mainly because I want to keep my rear delts engaged the entire workout, because when you have rear delts that really pop, I mean, not just in a bodybuilding context, but just in general. I mean, it's mainly like injury prevention. Like if you have pumped rear delts going into any shoulder movement, you're gonna have an incredible base for any kind of presses, any kind of like side raises, any kind of front raises, pretty much any kind of movement that you can think of that you'll be doing with your shoulders. So yeah, just keeping that in mind. But yeah, so we'll probably start off with rear delts with like a face pull or like a rear delt fly or something. I like face pulls because it gives you kind of like the freedom to get into the rear delt motion a little easier than doing like a rear delt fly, because it's easy like when you have like a very like simple like plane of motion. Like if you're just doing a fly and it's just this kind of motion, then it's kind of easy to like impinge your shoulder, like I don't know, just get something a little, like tweak your shoulder a little bit. But if you have like a face pull going, then you kind of have the freedom to maneuver your elbow, like just kind of play around with it so that you don't get injured. So yeah, that's the main reason why I like starting off with face pulls so much. But other than that, we might be doing pyramid of tears today, but usually some sort of presses in the movement or in the training regimen, so just keeping that in mind. But yeah, so, and for y'all that don't know, pyramid of tears, it is my coach's specialty. So essentially it's like, I think it's like 110 reps total, but you basically start off with super light pair of dumbbells. Like I'm starting off with like 10-pound dumbbells most of the time, and I'm doing 1, 2, 2, and I just keep going with that. But yeah, and then you just work your way all the way up to 10. So talk about an insane shoulder pump. Usually starts really hurting around like 7 to 8, because you're doing 110 reps in total for each set. So yeah, give those a try. It's freaking nuts. The shoulder pump is ungodly. Like I don't even know what other word to think of with that. It hurts, but in a really good way. So might be doing those, but we'll probably just be sticking to regular presses, like a seated dumbbell press or like a standing military press, probably a front raise, a side raise, and then I don't know, it's just kind of in the car, like it changes so much every week. That's what I love about these programs, is I'm never doing anything even like remotely similar. Like it's, maybe some weeks I have some of the same movements, but it's not usually the same order, and the sets and reps might change. It's all up to the week. So I've kind of figured out, I mean, this is pretty obvious, but with like nutrition and training, you basically just want to throw your body off and then have it meet at a certain baseline. So with training, you change the sets and reps maybe like every 6 to 8 weeks, and then you let your body adapt to whatever those sets and reps are. And then if you're getting stronger over time, that's a good sign. And then it's the same thing with nutrition, where it's like you kind of change it every like 6 to 8 weeks, and I'm talking like mainly protein intake, because protein is like the base. That's like what you want your body, that's how your body rebuilds. So like you don't want to change that too much, like week by week kind of thing, but if you change it like every 6 to 8 weeks, then your body needs to meet the demands of whatever you're placing on it. So like if you have, a certain caloric intake with a certain protein intake, then your body is going to adapt to whatever that is. And then, 6 to 8 weeks later, you can change it up. And obviously it's a little more nuanced than that, but I think that's a pretty good baseline. Like if you're changing it up every 6 to 8 weeks, then, you're always throwing your body off, but not too much to where your body just doesn't even know what to adapt to because it's just too much of a change. But it's just enough to where, you can kind of stabilize with nutrition and training, and then kind of move on to the next phase. So that's what I found really helps, and that's what I've seen my coach likes to do. But it all depends on the body. It's not like 6 to 8 weeks is the golden rule. It's just however your body responds. So if like your body weight is stabilizing at a certain level, like it's staying the same week after week, then that's probably a good sign to change it up. Like change up the nutrition, maybe the training, but yeah. So that's just kind of my 2 cents on it all. But yeah. So, and then for it's the same thing with training. You just see how your weight stabilizes, and it's more so how your physique stabilizes. So if your physique is noticeably changing week after week in whatever direction that you want it to go, whether you're growing or you're cutting, then that's a pretty good sign that you're moving in the right direction. But on the contrary, if it's staying the same, or if it's moving in the opposite direction that you want it to move, then you'll probably need to change up your nutrition and training. Or it could be something as easy as like fixing your sleep or fixing your stress. Like those things, stress and sleep, should be completely stable. You should not be moving that at all. Like you're basically you're trying to be with as little or like as balanced stress as possible. And what I mean by that is you don't want to be too stressed to where you're overthinking everything, or you're like pushing yourself too much in the gym. But you also don't want to have so little stress that you're, not really motivated to do anything. So that's kind of the other side of things, where, you want to make sure that you're giving your body a balanced amount of stress so that, it can adapt to whatever goal that you have. And that's pretty much it. That's the whole dealio. But the sleep, man, that pretty much does not change. Like if you keep a stable, actually, I mean, everything pretty much changes. I guess it all comes down to how healthy you feel. For the most part, it's another story once you get to like prep, because if you get to like you're down to the last, let's say like 6 to 8 weeks of prep, like you only have 6 to 8 weeks until showtime, that's when it might be a good thing to not feel so healthy, because you're taking your physique to that extreme. But that's a sport. That's not just regular general health and wellness. That's like you're pushing your body to the absolute extreme. And that, oh, thank you. Yeah, and that's just bodybuilding. I mean, that's not even, yeah, so anyways, we are here. Meditations have been going well, just not forcing it and just freaking enjoying the ride. That is where we're landing right now. But anyways, I will see y'all in there for a solid delt day. All right, so let's see how we're looking after a solid shoulder day. Yeah, so that's about freaking it for today. We're gonna get a shake-in, then cardio, and then another meal, and then we're off to San Jose. So I will probably see y'all in the car ride home. Oh man, oh gosh, that's how, I mean, I could say that's the depletion of carbs, but in reality, it just slipped my mind. Yeah, so what I was saying is we reduced the level of cardio from level 6 to level 4 today, because my morning weight was 211.8 this morning, and last week it was 215.4. So, you know, 2 pounds over, that's a little much. That's just, that's, you know, we shouldn't be dropping weight that quickly. That means we're dropping a little more than fat. I mean, dare I even say it? Yeah, we definitely don't want to be dropping muscle. But that being said, we're freaking underweight. We are definitely cutting fat. I don't know how quickly we are, but from the physique changes, you know, waist is getting a little tighter, shoulders are getting a little more striated, arms are getting a little more, I don't want to say grainy because we're not there yet, but we're definitely getting leaner overall. But it might be time. What I'm feeling is we probably need a refeed tonight, and it kind of works out because we're headed to my parents', and it's going to be a little bit of a drive from where I'm at right now, but we're going to be celebrating Easter and all the festivities there, so yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, I think we're going to be going out to eat tonight, to dinner, so I'll probably be replacing my last meal with that. And I think my last meal, it's nothing crazy. Like, I think it's like 4 ounces of chicken and a cup and a half of white rice. So yeah, that's kind of the dealio right now. We're not trying to push that too much. Woo. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, so I think that comes out to about like 40 to 50 grams of carbs, and then somewhere around like 30 grams of protein. So we'll try to fit that. I mean, actually, no, we're not trying to fit that. Correction. We are going to just be going freaking ham tonight. Not so crazy, but we'll definitely be enjoying ourselves at this dinner and getting more calories than usual, just to kind of offset this rapid weight drop. But that being said, yeah, feeling freaking good today. What did we do for shoulders? We did started off with face pull, and then we put that into a giant set. So we did face pull, and then we did behind the back shrugs. So we did that at the cables, and then we finished off with a little bit of, what did we do? Man, sorry. There's a lot of traffic right now, so I'm just trying to focus on that. But yeah, we did face pulls, and then oh my God. Jesus Christ. Go on, fuck it. Go. All right. Yeah, so face pull, behind the back shrug, and then we giant setted that with a bit of, what's it called? Calves. Yeah, we just calves. We did like calf raises. And then after that, we did side raises, front raises, and then we finished off with 2 sets of Pyramid of Tears. So I kind of called it. Those were pretty freaking grueling sets, but I am sore to say the least, so it definitely worked. But yeah, so that was a good freaking shoulder day, to say the least. Got a lot of work done, and then we did our 30 minutes of stairs, and we reduced it from level 6 to level 4, and now we're freaking jamming. That is for freaking sure. So yeah. Not much else to add there. We're just having fun in the process. Meditations are going well. I'm probably going to be doing my meditation in the car today. So just keeping that in perspective. You can pretty much do your meditation anywhere you want. So might as well just make it work with your schedule. But yeah, I mean, like I say in the description below, just like we know the benefits of cardio, we also know the benefits of doing transcendental meditation consistently. So that's kind of just a perk, you know. You get a little more concentration, you get a lot more relaxation. And I was reading somewhere, like in the studies that they've done on this, that this form of meditation can reduce your biological age by 15 years. So let's say you're like, you know, a 40-year-old dude, biologically, you're 25. Like your biomarkers read that you're 25. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I think that has to do with just getting into that extreme deep state of relaxation in this form of meditation, that it almost like supercharges your immune system. It opens up your arteries, and it helps remove any like bad cholesterol. So, you know, it basically just cleans out your system. And all you have to do is just, 40 minutes a day, 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening, and you are freaking set. You are a happy camper. So that's a pretty cool adage that I found for transcendental meditation. But yeah, I mean, looking up the benefits of it, it's freaking wild. I don't know why more people don't do this, but yeah, that's just kind of my 2 cents. But anyways, we are going to be heading out. We got like a 2.5 hour drive ahead of us. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today. We got just cardio tomorrow, a little bit of meditation. We'll probably get a little bit of that, and then we might even do some sort of Q&A, just for fun, just because it's why not, But anyways, I'll probably see y'all tomorrow for like a meditation / Q&A if we have time.